Hi, Joan Price with you. We're talking about lube today. Lubrication, lubricants, how to bring back the joy of friction. Choosing lube is one of the big questions you ask me over and over again. For example, how common is female dryness as we get older? Very common. Do we get naturally wet at all? Or is lube essential? That varies, and lube is essential. For many of us, we don't lubricate naturally anymore. That's not a defect. I mean, we look at all the lubes that are available. We're okay. We just need to choose one for ourselves. So don't panic. If you don't get wet at all, stay with me here. I'm going to help you. Example of one of your questions. My partner and I are in our 60s. We have prolonged intimate relationships 3 days a week or more, with foreplay a big part of it. It is my understanding that the more active sexually, natural lubricant increases for the woman. This has not been the case. Well, this has not been the case because that's not true. When we are young and fertile, we generally will lubricate naturally. When we are older, infertile, makes sense, right? That natural lubrication decreases, and we may feel we barely or do not lubricate at all. Here's what you need to understand for the person who wrote that last question. Reduced or no lubrication does not mean lack of arousal. Just as lack of erection or reduced erection doesn't mean lack of arousal. We change, our bodies change. We respond differently. We can be feeling absolutely aroused in our brains and our bodies, and the lubrication doesn't happen. That's okay. It just means add lube. Make it part of the sex play. Have the lube automatically on the bedside table. Maybe several kinds of lube, depending on what you're going to be doing and what you need it for. Get a lube made for sex. I was asked, is the drugstore kind okay? No, it really isn't. Do not use the food oil that you find in your kitchen cabinet. Do not use Vaseline or something you concoct. Do not use the drugstore brands. They may be simple, they may be cheap, but they have ingredients you want to avoid. You could look it up and find what toxic ingredients and lubricants are, but I only am going to try to eliminate. Oh, no, not eliminate, limit. May I go on? I don't have to start over. Okay, I'll go on. I will try to limit this to about 5 minutes. Therefore, get your lubricants from a respected sex toy retailer, such as Lion's Den, who's sponsoring this video, where they curate the lubes that they carry. They don't just take any old thing. They look for healthy, health-supporting, good lubricants, and you can trust them. If you are in the store, it's great because you can ask for recommendations. You can say, this is how I'll be using this lube. This is what I do for sex. Don't worry. Don't be embarrassed about that. This is their day job. They're trained to answer these questions. What kind of lube is best for me? So just as an idea of the basic kinds of lube that are available, silicone lubricant is the most slippery. It stays slick the longest. It is particularly great for seniors, except that it is not good used with silicone sex toys. And since many of us use silicone sex toys, because they're great, they're perfect, they're ideal, we don't want to combine that with silicone. If you are not using sex toys, or if you are using a different kind of sex toy that isn't silicone, then a silicone lubricant is fabulous. If you are using silicone sex toys, you want to use the water-based lubricant. Water-based does not interact in an unfavorable way. With silicone toys, it's absolutely compatible. A hybrid lubricant is a good combination. It has the best of water-based, the best of silicone, and it is okay with silicone sex toys. I want to discourage you from using an oil-based lubricant such as massage oil that degrades condoms. It makes them break, so you absolutely can't use them with condoms. If you want a slick lubricant that will work on a penis only without vaginal penetration, then oil-based will work fine. But vaginas, especially aging vaginas, do not want oil inside us. It's very hard to flush it out. It'll stay there. It can trigger bacterial infections. Just don't even. But when you found a lubricant that works well for you, apply it liberally and often. Because I had people say, use a water-based, I like it, but it dries up. Well, apply more or add a little water. You know, you can add a little water or a little saliva to the lubricant to pep it up again. But easiest, just grab that lubricant bottle or tube and apply it again. Some favorites. For silicone, I love Uberlube. Uberlube, I've been using it for years. It's super slick and wonderful. Not with silicone toys, remember, but a really wonderful silicone lubricant when you can use silicone. If you are using water-based, one of my favorites is Sliquid. Sliquid Sizzle, because it gives a little extra, and I really like that. Others, you can't go wrong with Wicked Sensual for whatever the use. They have silicone, they have many types of water-based, they have hybrid, they have special toy water-based. I'm losing what I'm holding. Okay, special toy water-based when you're just using it with toys. I especially love, I gotta say, the flavored lubes. Have I said that before? I bet I have, and I said mango. Mango's my favorite, but there are many wonderful ones. They're just so tasty that you, as the giver of a blowjob, will really enjoy that blowjob, flavored blowjob. So get the best lube for yourself. Get a few of them. Keep them in a basket at the bedside table, and you will be able to reach for whatever you want at the time you want it. Enjoy your lube. Bye.